I think she has everything but ADHD at this point.
Fair enough.
Like literally everything but ADHD. She's a collector.
I will have you know, I do not have AIDS.
Okay, I guess you don't have that.
Yeah, I guess he does not have that.
I'll let you read that one, guys. Disproval. Can you be by dominatrix? You know what? You know what? I'm taking off my headset. I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm done. Do you still want me to be a dominatrix?
Maybe even more now, I guess. Might be a king.
He said no, take it off. I can't
keep it
listen.
on.
Keep it on!
I goons are fun. Just why? Just why? I have unprotected sex with women and I'm not married. Also, I believe in the old gods.
In the old gods.
What old gods? Like Odin? Thor?
The old gods. Let's see. The World of Warcraft? I'm so confused. I don't know. I have no idea. My girlfriend and I were eating vanilla ice cream, important for context, and she's normally a really messy eater. It was a really warm day, and this happened in June, and I found a bit of ice cream split on her jacket. I scooped it up, he missed a spot, love, and fed it to her. I thought it was a really romantic moment before her face filled with disgust. She started swearing at me, angry, and I was really confused. Turns out, a bird had pooped on her jacket, and I had fed her bird poop. Wait. Does Val repent only because I got caught? Wait, so you would feed her bird poop again if you didn't get killed? I once liked a guy so much that I reverse engineered his entire weekly routine from his Instagram stories. Gym on Mondays and Thursdays, Tesco's on Wednesdays, football Sundays. Why are you telling us it? We don't need to know. I randomly started going to the same Tesco on Wednesdays at 7:45. We bumped into each other 3 times. He said it was fate. It was not fate. Like he's stalking. I would do it again. Hi, he's stalking. I once made up hypothetical scenarios in my head when my boyfriend cheats on me. I imagined the confrontation, I imagined the tears, and I cry a lot over it. I got so upset about this fictional event that I ended up losing a lot of trust in him, became paranoid, and ended up breaking up with him. He had done nothing. I miss him. I miss him. Let's say you're dating a girl, and she's like, oh, you cheated on me in my dream. Is that?
That's the same comment.
But they made it up while awake and then broke up with them over it. Oh dear.
Robert, come back.
He'll come back to me, I miss you. I'm changing my Valiant Jet name to I miss him. Do we forgive them? Do we?
As a random guy, yes. As their boyfriend.
As their boyfriend. Hey, Danger. I mean, yeah, like, imagine being broken up with because someone's, like, overthinking and imagining you cheating. Hey, Belinda. Oh, this one's long. I'm not reading all that. I'm kidding. When I was around 12, I used to sleep at my best friend's house all of the time, and I had the most ridiculous secret crush on her dad. He was the nice, calm, funny dad who made pancakes on weekends and drove us to school when it rained. And in my little preteen brain, he was the blueprint for all future men. I never told anyone this, and eventually me and that friend drifted apart after 6th form. No drama, just distance and different lives. More than 10 years later, I'm 23 and on Hinge, and I'm matched with this older guy in his late 40s. He's hot, easy to talk to, and a bit self-aware of the age gap. He mentions he has kids, but says they're grown now and doing their own thing. I hesitate, but he seems normal and the date actually goes really well. Drinks turn into going back to his place and we end up sleeping together. Afterwards, we were lying there and I hear the door open somewhere in the house. He suddenly looks tense. Then a woman walks into the bedroom wearing just her underwear and clearly not expecting to see me. I panicked so much. I thought like, holy shit, did I sleep with a married man? No, worse. My old best friend's dad. We just stare at each other in silence while he looks like he might actually faint. Turns out she had just moved back home temporarily after a breakup. I never have grabbed my clothes faster in my life, and I left without knowing what to say, and she's now blocked me. I guess my taste has never changed. Insane. Okay, does that repent? Only because I got caught. Only because they got caught. Bruh, imagine hooking up with your best friend's dad. That's something you would do, Pan. That is something you would do.
Oh, me? I didn't say shit. Probably.
Yeah, didn't you tell me about that woman? The milk?
Anyway, oh my god, these confessions are insane.
I forgive this woman. Sounds like a normal thing to happen, I think. Because unless I not actually imagine that, no. So basically, I had a situationship with this guy, props for like the past 3 years. No labels, no titles, just the best hookups possibly known to man. Like, he was so good in bed. We don't need to know that. We go to uni together. We go to uni together and reading week hit, so I went home for a week to visit my mum. I don't know if Americans have reading week. It's basically like half term. My mum's been single most of my life, but she told me she was talking to a guy for a few years and didn't want to introduce me to him until she knew that he was the one. Fair to BH. Palanta says she's talking about me. She told me that he had proposed. She hadn't said yes yet because she said that he hasn't met her family and that's an important step for her, but wanted me to meet him over dinner. We go for dinner and my situationship shows up. Is the situationship the dad's? I almost shit myself in panic as he sits down. We're mid-20s, so like if he was proposing to my mum, that would mean I'm sleeping with my stepdad. Thank fuck that wasn't the case, as an older guy sat down with him a few minutes later. Turns out he's now my stepbrother, and sleeping with my stepbrother is better than sleeping with my stepdad. So here comes my confession. Was that not the confession? Skip a few months later. And we move in with them. So now I'm living with my stepbrother, and the situationship hasn't stopped. Living together has just made it easier to sleep together, and if anything, so it's kind of became a daily thing. Studying has never felt better. I started to actually develop feelings for him, and I don't know how to approach it. Like, would it be weird to ask him out? Especially since we've been doing it for over 3 years, and you know, that he's technically my brother now. Insane. Bro.
Still needs to.
Okay, would it be weird to ask them out? What do you guys think?
Would you do it again?
He would do it again. I went to my best friend's wedding last weekend and I'd never met his bride before. Everyone was completely hammered and I don't even remember how it started. At the after party, I ended up alone with her in some corner, and the next thing I knew we were kissing. It quickly escalated into full-on making out. At the time, I didn't even think about who she was. I was too drunk to care. The morning after, when I sobered up, I found out exactly who she was. My stomach dropped so hard it felt like it left my chest. I keep replaying the night over and over, imagining every possible way this could turn out. I don't know if I can tell my best friend or if I should bury it and pretend it never happened. Every time I think about telling him, I feel sick, but keeping it in feels like a slow poison eating me from the inside. Wait, where does it say? Does it say who it was? Best friend's wedding. It was the best friend's bride? He made out with the bride on the bride's wedding? Did she make out with the bride? Huh?
Plot twist. Made out with the best friend.
Made out with the best friend. That would be a good plus. Honestly, I think you should tell him. Like, if that's your best friend, they deserve to know. Tried to impress a girl I was at the bar with by saying I speak lots of languages and started saying random words with the accents. Probably was racist, but I got to it. It worked. It worked.
I'm taking notes, dude. I'm taking notes.
You're taking notes. You're like, yeah. I speak Italian, I speak French, I speak German, I speak Japanese, I speak Cantonese, I speak Taiwanese, I speak English, I speak Spanish, I speak Portuguese. Just test me, I know all of them. Met a group of girls once, and out of all of them I was really attracted to one specific girl. Turns out she was my cousin. Okay. I mean, how did you find out it was your cousin? And did you guys like...
No, when they kissed, it was like, yes, tastes like home.
Wait, they kiss? Ricky said, bro, that looks like something I'd say. Does Val repent? No. They still wanted to get with the cousin. They still wanted to get with them. I joke about liking feet, but not gonna lie, I can see the appeal now. Lano! Lano. It's Lano. It's gonna be Lano. It's Lano. 100% it's Lano.
Wait, no.
I was with my girlfriend and sleeping with her, and I dreamt about you and said your name, so she woke me up and asked whose phone, and it was awkward. Your poor girlfriend. Hey, at least you repent, but I feel bad for the girlfriend. I don't find you that attractive, but there's something about your personality which makes me so attracted to you. No. My best friend told me he thought his girlfriend was cheating. I had already slept with her twice. I comforted him and helped him go through her phone and acted shocked when he found messages from someone else. I was relieved it wasn't me he found. They broke up and I still sleep with her. I don't think that's your best friend. That's not what you do for your best friends. I don't think that's your best friend.
That's an enemy at this point.
Like, what do you mean, twice? It wasn't even like a one-time thing. It was twice. Hey, YM. I once lied about being pregnant to stop someone from breaking up with me. It only lasted 2 days before I said I lost it. He stayed out of guilt for another month. I sometimes wonder what kind of person does that and then remember it was me.
Does not repent.
The fact he even stayed for another month? Was lying about that worth a month? You lied about it for 2 days to get another month. What? I once pretend to be drunker than I was so I can blame my behavior on alcohol. I said things I've been wanting to say for months. The next day I just went, OMG, I was so gone I don't even remember. Does that repent? I would do it again. I feel like that's just a universal experience. Like, I don't know if that's bad or not to say, but I feel like everyone's gonna done that. Like, I'll just be like, oh yeah, by the way, I don't like you. I'm so drunk. I told my mum I was staying at a girl's house. I wasn't. I was staying at a 20-year-old's flat when I was 16. Does Val repent only because I got caught? Girl, you got groomed. You got groomed. There's no other explanation. Like, that needs to fill up. I agree. Sometimes I create scenarios in my head where something bad happens to me so I can imagine people finally realizing my worth. Like, I don't want to actually get hurt, but I want the reaction, and I would do it again. Valid. It sounds bad, but I feel like everybody does that. Like, at least from when they were like 13. As a kid, I'll just be like in bed thinking about the worst case scenario where people like maybe cry and miss me. But I feel like that's just something that everyone does. I've never had an original experience. Sometimes I don't know if I'm actually a bad person or if I'm just scared of not being wanted. Valid. I mean, like, I feel like bad people don't care that they're bad people, if that makes sense. So if you're scared of being a bad person, maybe you're not as bad as you think. I dated a girl just to get closer to her older brother because he bullied me in school. Spent a year embedding myself into their families. Sunday dinners, helped her mum with tech, acting respectful, harmless, exactly what they wanted. Her brother slowly started inviting me out, trusting me. That was the whole point. I gave just enough affection to make her dependent, but you're different. I let her think I was safe. Meanwhile, I'd casually tell them things like she worries about you a lot, just to make him feel watched. I'd tell her he seems overprotective, tiny cracks, nothing obvious. I felt like this is a step-by-step tutorial. Once he fully trusts me, I told him that I didn't even like her, and that she's just one of many that I'm sleeping with. I said it like it slipped out. Let him picture it. It wasn't even true. He spiraled, got angry. I stayed calm. There is a lot of full stops. That same week, I dumped her out of nowhere. Told her I didn't feel safe enough. She cried in front of her whole family. I apologized to her parents for not being the man she deserved. When her brother confronted me, I told their mum he had always had aggression issues, and that's the reason I felt unsafe. They cut him out and blamed him for the relationship ending. Bro,
That's
that
like
is
some villainer.
Bro had like a step-by-step tutorial in depth. And I would do it again. I mean, bruh. I get into heyfawne. I get mad when foids pick for looks and not personality. They're missing out and get beaten because of it. And I would do it again. I'm sorry, but if you call a woman a foid, you're probably the issue. I'm sorry, but you're probably the issue. They're getting beaten because of it, so you're basically saying people that don't pick you get beat? Yeah, I think you're not as nice as you think. No, I am not in the files and I do not want to be in the files. No. I was told I was adopted as a kid and raised on that belief. When I was 22, I got a DNA test through Ancestry, not sponsored by the way, and found out they were my biological parents. I hadn't spoken to them in a while since I moved for uni, but I was looking for the right time to ask them about it, like it's such an odd thing to lie about. After my 3rd year of uni, I found out my mum had recently passed away. To this day, I have no idea why they lied to me, and I guess we'll never know. So you got told you was adopted, and you wasn't, and they just held it. Why? I'd want to know too.
Oh.
Hi, I was talking to a couple of friends in a clothes shop and I got hard out of nowhere and tried to hide it, but it kept bothering me, so I walked into the changing room and rubbed one out, and I would do it again. When I was a kid, I walked around with a picture of my aunt telling everyone she was my girlfriend. You got caught? I need to hear more about that. If you're hearing this, I need to know in detail. I need to know like all of the details. Why would you tell people that your aunt is your girlfriend? How old is your aunt? Did your aunt get arrested for pedophilia? Like what? Was that you? I hooked up with a guy at the bar once. He was married and straight, but he said that he wanted a different experience, so we tried it anyways. We exchanged numbers and talked about it over text. The next day, in the afternoon, we went to his place. His wife was at home, has said that I was just a friend from high school, and she didn't question it. Wait, so you knew that he was married? A few hours passed, and she went to pick up her son. Apparently he's a dad now, and we went to the room, and he was a bit nervous, so I took over. He said he wasn't ready to take it, so I agreed to be the bottom. This is detailed. He wasn't able to get it all the way up, but enough for me to feel like it wasn't something to joke about. We kept going for a while, but it clearly wasn't doing it for him. So I jokingly let out the word daddy and something awakened in him. He got insanely hard. I felt it throbbing on my inside stretch. What am I reading? The inside stretching. He started going harder and harder and I was about to cry in pain. What saved me was that after what felt like the longest 10 minutes of my life, his wife walked into the room and screamed. We were all in shock and no one knew what to say, so I grabbed my stuff and left. Never heard from him again and I have no idea what happened to their relationship. Don't need to know half of this. What got him up? What throbs and what stretched? I once dated an older woman who I no longer have contact to. However, she used to spoil me so much and she used to buy me all sorts of clothes, in-game stuff and even a TV. I still have the TV to this day and one day she stopped talking to me. Turns out she had a son my age that felt attracted to me at the same time, so she cut me off so her son would be gay for me. What? Okay, so she was really pretty. She ended up liking me as well. We would spend the whole shift just flirting with each other at work. Then it just happened, in one of those days, we had no customers to serve. I get to say there were no food or veggies involved in our little escape to the cooler, but I'm not responsible for any accidents. They caught us in the cameras. I mean, at least they had a show. At least they had a show. When I was in 4th grade, another teacher came into my classroom to help with something. For some reason, I thought the teacher was one of my friends. And you know what guys do in 4th grade? They slap each other's asses. So I slapped my teacher's ass and stood there for 30 seconds before realizing it wasn't my friend. 10 years old. How short was the teacher for you to mistake the teacher as a 10-year-old? Like, that's gotta be like 4'5". Because I'm telling you, 10-year-olds are short. Oh dear. I peed on a random girl and now we're dating. You know what? As you should. As you should. Huh. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Piss on me next. What? Let's see. For the last 2 confessions, I'm wearing the mask. You can goon to Elon instead. I've had enough. If you want to goon to me that bad, goon to me now. Yes, goon to me now. I've had enough.
Yeah, I can see her.
Look into my eyes. Is it normal to pee on my device while watching this specific live stream? I'm done, guys. I'm done. Can you meet a wear out?